as we prepare for Christmas this year, I wanted to go through the Advent season looking at that first Christmas uh, through the eyes of Mary and how she was experiencing that. We think of Christmas with joy and excitement and presents, um, but Mary had a very different experience as she is uh, visited by the angel Gabriel, and she has this news that she's going to be pregnant outside of wedlock with the Savior of the world. Again, we think joy to the world. She thinks, what does this mean for me? And she receives that. She puts her faith in the Lord, but it's hard. And then she goes and she has to process this. She goes to a relative to have a quiet place or a safe place to take this all in. And it takes her a while to come to a place of not simply acceptance, but seeing this event for what it is, not just for her story, but for the whole world. Uh, she has a role in the redemption of humanity. It takes her a while to get there, but she does get there. Sometimes we don't always understand what it is the Lord's asking us to do or what's happening around us. And all we know is that things are changing, and change is sometimes threatening. Or there's something being proposed, but we don't understand it. Can't really wrap our arms around it at first. And I'm reminded of a story from my own history many, many years ago. I was dating a young lady here in St. Louis, and things were going well. And she had been living in Charlotte, North Carolina, and then moved to St. Louis to be near me and to get to know each other better. Then she moved into her apartment. She had to bring a bunch of stuff from North Carolina, and her parents helped her move, and I was very involved with that. And it was it was sort of an intense day, tiring, and there was a lot of family and friends around, which can create tensions of various sort. And um, I just had the sense that this young lady and I needed to get out by ourselves for a little bit. So we went out and got some Ted Drew's ice cream, and then we went for a walk. I said, let's go to the Arch. So we went down to the Arch, and we stood on the banks of the Mississippi River, and I was looking at the stars, and I just thought, this is the wonderful creation and how good God is. And I read from one of my favorite Psalms, Psalm 34, where it talks about worship and the call to worship. And it says there, I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. My soul makes its boast in the Lord. Let the humble hear and be glad. Oh, magnify the Lord with me, and let us exalt his name together. And I turned to the young lady and I said, that's what I want to do with you for the rest of my life. Now, that young lady was the person who's now my wife. And we had an agreement, Mary and I had an agreement that we wouldn't talk about marriage until we were ready to talk about it seriously. And so she thought, why are you talking like that? That's not what we agreed to. And then she realized that something else might be going on there. And she said, well, wait, say that again. And then I said, would you marry me? And it took a moment for it to sort of sink in that I was really asking it for real. There was perplexity, there was confusion, and then it gave way, thankfully, to joy. That's what it's like for Mary. She has news and she's not quite sure what to make of it. And she's perplexed, maybe more than that. She's worried, she's concerned, she's burdened by it. But when she can finally see it, from the divine perspective, from God's perspective, it gives way to joy. And then she pronounces that she feels blessed by it all. That's what we see in Luke chapter 1, this section of Mary's prayer to the Lord. We often refer to it as the Magnificat. And she said, My soul magnifies the Lord, and my spirit rejoices in God my Savior, for he has looked on the humble estate of his servant. For behold, from now on all generations will call me blessed. Here she is worried. Oh no, my family's going to reject me. My fiance's going to reject me. This is not good. And then she sees it from God's perspective, and she realizes the role she has in history. Every generation from here on out is going to call me blessed. For he who is mighty has done great things for me, and holy is his name, and his mercy is for those who fear him. From generation to generation, he has shown strength with his arm. He has scattered the proud in the thoughts of their hearts. He has brought down the mighty from their thrones and exalted those of humble estate. He has filled the hungry with good things, and the rich he has sent away empty. He has helped his servant Israel in remembrance of his mercy, as he spoke to our fathers, to Abraham, to his offspring forever. Suddenly, Mary can wrap her arms around this and see there was a promise from long ago made to Adam and Eve about one who would come to put things right. A promise made to Abraham that that all nations would be blessed through him, and his descendants would be more numerous than the stars. The promises made to King David and to Israel that there would be a servant to come and deliver Israel from sin and from death. And that is her baby. And she rejoices. Now, we're all not in pivotal roles the way Mary is, but we often do get news that we don't know how to process. But if we remember that God intends our good, and he intends to redeem us, and that all things eventually will be redeemed, even our deaths, no matter how many good things happen to us, we're all going to face death. What do we do with that? That will be undone in Jesus. That is the good news. That's what Mary finally sees. And I'm praying that all of us can see that good news in Jesus Christ this Christmas. The good news is not that I got what I wanted on Christmas morning. The good news is that Jesus has come to deliver me from sin and death, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. I'm praying you can see that as well and rejoice from the heart this Christmas. Blessings on you.